Okay, so what if I told you that two of the biggest health issues today, not getting enough vitamin D and not getting enough magnesium, might actually boil down to us just, well, not really understanding our own skin? It sounds kind of out there, right? But today, we're going to look at how this ancient connection we have with the sea might just hold the answer to a super modern problem.
All right, let's just dive right in. People are calling this the deficiency of the century, and honestly, for really good reason. But the big question, the one that really matters, is this. Could you be one of the millions of people dealing with this and not even know it?
So, before we get into all the science and the details, just take a second. Ask yourself a simple question. Are you dealing with stuff like just feeling tired all the time, or stressed out, or getting weird cramps? Because these little nagging things, they might be trying to tell you something much, much bigger.
Okay, let's just do a quick check right now. I want you to think about these. Feeling tired during the day for no reason? Feeling stressed and anxious a lot? Having a hard time falling asleep or waking up all the time? What about muscle cramps, or those super annoying little eyelid spasms, or restless legs? Even trouble concentrating? If you're sitting there nodding your head to even one of these, you're for sure not alone. These are all classic signs that you might be low on magnesium. And when I say this is a widespread problem, I really, really mean it. Get this, a huge French study, the SUVMAX survey, found that somewhere between 75 and 90%, let that sink in, 90% of the population is deficient in magnesium. And that rate goes up once you're over 30. This isn't some niche health thing, you guys. This is basically the new normal. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hang on, my doctor said my blood work was fine. And this is the crazy part. That's a huge misconception. Standard blood tests, they can give you a totally false sense of security. See, they only measure the magnesium that's in your blood, which is, wait for it, only 1% of your body's total magnesium. The other 99% is tucked away in your bones, your nerves, your organs, so a blood test is literally just looking at the tip of the iceberg. So how on earth did we get here? I mean, why is something so vital, so essential, suddenly so hard to come by? Well, the answer starts right in the dirt beneath our feet. And, you guessed it, the food that ends up on our plates. And believe it or not, this is not a new problem. We're talking way back in the 1930s, the US Senate was already warning everyone about our soil being depleted of minerals. Fast forward to today, and when you compare the food we eat now to the same exact foods from the 1940s, the magnesium content has just plummeted. We're talking a top of 30 to 80%. That's huge. Just to give you a real-world example of how wild this is, let's talk about Italian Parmesan cheese. You know, the good stuff. Well, the Parmesan you buy today has 80% less magnesium than the same cheese had back in the 1940s. 80%. That's just one food. Now imagine that effect across, well, everything you eat. So here's the kicker. It's actually a double whammy. It's not just that our food has less magnesium in it. Oh no. Our modern diets, with all the refined sugars and starches, they actually steal the magnesium we do have. Your body has to use up its magnesium stores just to process that stuff. It's like having your paycheck cut while your bills go way up. You just can't win. Okay, so the obvious solution is just pop a magnesium pill, right? That's what we've been told for decades. But, and this is a big but, it turns out that whole approach might be seriously flawed. It's not just inefficient. For a lot of people, it can actually cause more problems. Just take a look at this. When you swallow a typical magnesium tablet, your body is lucky if it absorbs about 4% of what's listed on the bottle. 4%. The rest of it, well, it can cause some unpleasant laxative effects as your body scrambles to get rid of it. But applying it topically to your skin, that completely bypasses the whole digestive system. It uses your skin, your body's biggest organ, as a direct delivery route. And this quote just nails it. It's not about how many milligrams are on the box. That's just marketing. What really truly counts is how much of it your body can actually grab and put to work. It's all about absorption, not just a big number on a label. So, if the pills aren't the answer, then what is? Well, the solution might not be some new high-tech invention. It might actually be hiding in plain sight, in something our ancestors knew all along. Think about it. For literally centuries, people knew. The Romans with their spas, the Greeks with their immersion baths. Cultures all over the world understood the power of soaking in mineral-rich water. They might not have had the fancy scientific words for it, but they practiced things like thalassotherapy, that's just using seawater for health, to stay strong, recover faster, and just feel good. There are even these awesome historical accounts of Roman soldiers using something called water of magnesia. Sound familiar? And they would put it right on their skin to handle pain, to stop cramps in their tracks, and to get an edge in stamina before a battle. They knew. And now, here in the 21st century, science is finally catching up to what they knew. The official term is transdermal absorption, and all the research is confirming it. Our skin is this amazing sponge-like organ that can soak up minerals like magnesium and deliver them right where the body needs them. Okay, but this leads us to a really, really important point. If we're going to use our skin as this direct highway into our bodies, then one thing becomes absolutely critical, and that is the purity of what we're putting on it. And that's where we hit a modern-day roadblock. We can't just go jump in the ocean and call it a day. Why? Because our seas today have 3 times more heavy metals and pollutants than they did before the Industrial Revolution. A lot of the magnesium sources out there are just contaminated. But there is one source that's basically a time capsule. It's from something called the Zechstein Sea. It's not a sea anymore. It's a deposit that's been sealed 2 kilometers underground in the Netherlands for 250 million years. Think about that. It's been totally protected from all modern pollution. It's as pure as it gets.
And the difference in how this stuff is sourced is just night and day. The Zechstein source is so pure. All they do is dissolve it with natural spring water. That's it. Compare that to your typical magnesium that comes from open seas or industrial byproducts. That stuff has to go through heavy chemical processing with solvents just to get the heavy metals out. It's the difference between something that is pure and something that's been chemically scrubbed to seem pure.
And here's a really important tip if you're ever looking for this stuff. The word Zechstein by itself isn't protected, so anyone can slap it on a label. But the logo, the one that says Zechstein Inside IR, that's a registered trademark. It's your only real guarantee that you're getting the real deal from that protected source extracted the right way.
So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, it's actually super simple. All you do is apply about 10 to 20 sprays on your body, let it absorb for at least 20 minutes, before a shower or while you're getting ready, and then you can rinse it off if you want. That's it. Super easy to work into your daily routine.
And when you start to get your magnesium levels back where they should be, the potential benefits are just awesome. We're talking about finally calming down those cramps and pains, getting better quality sleep, feeling less stressed because your nervous system is calmer, and even helping your body use calcium better to build stronger bones. The list just goes on and on.
So it kind of all comes full circle, doesn't it? We have this huge health problem created by our modern world, a solution that was understood by the ancient world, and a source that's been perfectly preserved from a time long before any of it. It really makes you wonder, right? Maybe the biggest key to our future health isn't about the next big invention, but about remembering the powerful wisdom we've left behind.